Rivalry night in West Des Moines. Welcome into Dowling Catholic High School, home of the Maroons. Tonight, the Maroons hosting crosstown rival, the Valley Tigers, and is what should be and always is a dandy when these two teams meet. Two teams on different trajectories to start the season. The visiting Tigers come in 2-0, back-to-back wins over Cedar Falls and Ankeny, both by a 2-0 score. They weathered out and had to cancel against Iowa City West last weekend. Meanwhile, Dowling Catholic, bit of a slow start, bit of a rocky start. Losses to both Roosevelt and Urbandale. The Maroons fell 1-0 and 5-0. The most recent coming back on May 7th earlier this week. A big one tonight, though, a chance for Dowling to get in the win column for the first time this season. Tigers to stay perfect thus far. Talking with Aziz Hafar, head coach for the Valley Tigers. He's been happy with how his team started, but would have preferred that matchup against Iowa City West to really get the measuring stick as to where they stand in the state. Now, this is a key matchup because, again, early season, it's a short but feels longer than it actually is. After this, Valley's going to host Kennedy, Southeast Polk, Marshalltown, and Prairie. That's a big one against Prairie coming up on May 18th. Meanwhile, for Dowling Catholic, well, it doesn't get much easier after this. Take on Ankeny, they get Millard West and Ames following this one as well. So two teams looking to get a W tonight. A beautiful early spring night, I should say. A bit chillier than maybe what we were hoping for, but no less, not a lot of wind. And best part, no rain in the forecast this evening. Sun setting behind us and getting ready for starting lineups here as, once again, the Dowling Catholic Maroons taking on the Valley Tigers. And we will get you the opening kickoff here in just a few moments. We're going to head to one more break. And then when we come back, we'll break down the matchup, and I'll let you know who's starting at least in net for both of these squads, and then we'll build out the roster from there as the game progresses. That's coming up next on CISN.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Getting the starting lineups announced here at Dowling Catholic Stadium, home of the Dowling Catholic Maroons one more time. And we are in full spring season. Obviously, track and field going on as well as boys and girls soccer. Excited to be here tonight. Looking ahead on our CISN schedule, next Thursday we are locked and loaded for a big one between Lincoln and Roosevelt. That's at Mediacom Stadium down in the Drake neighborhood. It'll be a girls-boys doubleheader. The girls game starts at 6 p.m., and the boys will follow once again right here on CISN, a Metro matchup that I love seeing on our network. And certainly a matchup tonight we love seeing on our network as well. Once again, rivalry night. Looking up and down the stat lines for both of these teams, one thing to expect tonight, Valley is going to take a lot of shots. In their first two games this season, they've already taken 29 shots. 14 of those have been on frame. Meanwhile, Dowling Catholic managed to muster 15 shots. Only 3 have made frame, but no less, they've got some firepower. Look for them to try and create some opportunities. Still have not scored a goal yet this season, though, trying to find that first back of the net here tonight against a very good Valley Tigers team. Keepers tonight, Alexander Poynton, the senior for the Valley Tigers, and then Owen Hettinger, the freshman for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. As the game goes on, we'll get plenty of names mentioned as this one likely waffles back and forth. But one thing I talked to Aziz Hafar about, they have a lot of speed, young team this year, but a lot of speed, and that is the style of play Valley likes to have. On the other side, Dowling Catholic, well, they've got a little bit more experience up and down this lineup, a handful of seniors, but really they are a bit young as well and still trying to find their identity as a team as well. Well, we're hitting prayer right now, and then we'll get to the national anthem right after. We'll take a quick break on CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Pre-game handshakes. National anthem has wrapped. And we are ready for kickoff here at Dowling Catholic Stadium, once again in West Des Moines, Iowa. John Schaefer with you this evening on CISN. Excited to bring you this rivalry night in boys soccer. a key matchup, and once again change to the playoff format a little bit this year, as well as each class will have their own individual sites. It won't be all one congregated site in the quarterfinals. From there, semifinals, championship, that will go to one central location, but trying to make the quarterfinals a little bit more of that campus atmosphere. And once again, both these teams hoping to find themselves in the postseason, making that quarterfinal run all the way to a title. Well, it'll be Valley kicking the ball off tonight. They'll be working left to right on your screen. They are in white with black numbers and letters across the chest, Maroons in that classic Dowling Catholic maroon and white. As we are set to kick it off, Leighton Huckey, the senior, set to go. Just waiting on that first whistle to signal us ahead as the referees get in position on each sideline. And we are off. Valley will play it back to their back line, looking for a long ball right off the top down the sidelines. That'll work to Saidi Ramadani. And Saidi gets a lick a little bit from behind. And again, these two teams not one to like one another, as Santi Ramirez was the offender on that one. But neither of these teams, well, they've grown up likely playing together at some point, whether that be through travel soccer, club soccer. But no love lost out there on the pitch tonight between these two teams. Expect a physical battle as this is delivered in by Braxton Baker towards the box. It's headed away, and coming back the other way are the Maroons. That ball will take a hop, skip, and a jump out of bounds. James Niebrugge, the freshman, pops that one out of play. It'll be a throw-in here for the Valley Tigers. This coming off the hands of Mile Forger. Played to the corner. Handled at his feet. Nathan Sullivan here, the sophomore, plays it ahead. It's turned over, back to the corner. Here comes Valley. The cross into the box, handled and corralled by Owen Hettinger. I'm sorry, it's Ryan Kuhn manning the cage, the senior. I looked at the wrong number during our starting lineups. It is Ryan Kuhn, the senior, for the Maroons in net. That ball played through, and with some speed, that's going to be a long sprint for Landon Umtham. The senior will track it down before it gets to the corner, and now he's going to go one-on-one. Instead, he'll just draw the corner kick. It'll be our first corner kick of the night. And it will be coming from the Maroons. Far side of the field, Landon Sullivan. The right foot will send it into the box. Delivery's there, going long backside far post. Back into the middle of the box, headed up and in, and then cleared away, but not away as the ball bounds around the box, and now Valley comes away with it. But again, this has yet to really touch much turf. Valley able to clear it away, and now they'll backtrack, send it all the way back. Here's Ramirez. He'll use Kuhn as an outlet. Kuhn plays it forward. Chopped away by the Tigers, and now on the attack, it's Trey Newman. Newman sticks with it. He'll hand it off right there to Alex Corrado. Playing back in across, just a little bit too strong on that first touch. And that ball will be cleared away by Dowling Catholic. Both these teams not afraid to use their keepers as an outlet on the backside. Something that's certainly evolved with the game over the last couple of decades. That ball played over the top, just a little short. Nice defense by the Maroons. The header sent up by Matt McCoy. And then we're going to get a foul called at midfield. They're going to call the push. And we will reset for the free kick. It'll be Nathan Sullivan once again here. The sophomore sends it forward. That's a long way to the corner, headed, and that will just fall into the falling hands, I should say, of Alexander Poyton. Tigers going to try and work along the sidelines, far side of the field. Turned over. Maroons will now try and reset and switch field. Sullivan. Ahead to Sullivan. Playing out wide to Ramirez. Santi Ramirez stripped of it by Ramadani. Now the ball played up and through, just out of the reach of Huckey.
Throw in for the Tiger.
Sorry, Huckey. Leighton Huckey, the senior here. Looking for some feet to play to. Instead, he'll make his way towards the box. And in trots Braxton Baker for the big throw-in. Looking for a little space. He's got a Gator behind him that he's got to work around. Big throw towards the box. Huckey gets ahead on it. No one at the far post, but it is corralled by Emmett Morenzi. Morenzi's going to reset. Sends it back into the box, far side, headed away. Settles at the feet of Ramadani. Trying to play it through. Doesn't find a spot for it, does Newman, but he'll stick with it. Ball back into the box, crossed in. Quick touch, and now looking for the back of the net. No space to work, though, for the Tigers. Dowling doing a great job to collapse defensively. No shot gets off as that's headed back to the corner. Ramadani on it. Ramadani crosses in with the left. Far post again. That's going to be too far out of the reach for his teammate across the field, and Emmett Morenzi. And that will be a goal kick for Kuhn. Neither team with a shot on frame. Dowling Catholic has one shot, but it was blocked before it got to the net. Valley prowling. Can't quite get it to settle, and Dowling now going to work it to the back line again, trying to play it along this left near side. Play it back one more time, and then going up over the top. Headed forward by the Tigers. And back come the Maroons. Miscommunication there leads to another turnover. Tigers have Dowling hemmed in it inside their half of the field. Going way out wide to the far side. This is Morenzi. Nowhere to go for him. Ball stays with the Tigers, though. Batted down a couple of times. And now looking for a transition opportunity. Fuentes ahead. Has some space. Up for Niebrug. Great defense by the Tigers. Tigers going to send it ahead. This one for Corrado. Alex Corrado. One-on-one with the defender. Cuts back to the middle of the field. Sends one just up over the crossbar. First shot of the night for Valley is just above the frame. Tigers have had much of that possession, or at least kept the ball bounding in their offensive half of this field.
You can go down just a little bit. Actually, you're fine.
Kuhn waiting for his team to get in position. He'll send it with a big right. Headed straight up in the air by Vujanovic. Vujanovic sends it forward. Ramadani trying to track it down before it gets out of bounds. He's cut off. Wonderfully done on the defensive end. Once again, Nathan Sullivan, the sophomore. There'll be a throw in from a tough spot here. You don't want to be hemmed in at all.
Throw in for the Maroons.
If you're the Maroons here, as that's chucked ahead by Ramirez. Takes a hop out of bounds once again. It'll be another Dowling throw. Flag signal to Dowling. Sullivan again going to give it a heave. That's headed away. Not a lot of room to work for the Maroons to try and get this one to feet. Sullivan going to look down the line again, trying for a very strong throw here. Being coaxed forward. That ball ahead, and look out now. Here come the Maroons. Niebrugge crosses over, has a go with the right, batted down once again. And Valley coming with some transition speed. Far side of the field. Plenty of pace. This is MO of the Tigers. Attacking still, into the box they go, and that will be a Valley corner kick after the sprint.
For the Tigers.
Looked like it was. Emmett Morenzi, once again, the senior, has been blazing fast. Here's that last chance by Niebrug. Has a go just off the defender, and Valley does a wonderful job to defend it. And now we'll get a corner, and this one will be sent in by Trey Newman.
Ready, one. Take one.
Delivery on the corner, headed away, but not out of danger as Corrado lets one go.
Goal kick there too.
Sails well away from the frame once again. So a couple shots here for both teams. Neither has found one on the cage yet as Kuhn settles in once again for the senior keeper. Still that feeling out process in the first 10 minutes of this game.
One side.
Kuhn sends it long, headed back towards his own frame there. And then off that first touch, it'll drift out of bounds. Quick throw in by the Tigers. They're trying to move once again. Ramadani turns it over on the boundary.
Throw in for the Maroons.
Long ball sent ahead. Ebrook comes away with it. Battling for it. Tigers all over him, but that ball's going to stay with the Maroons. No, a flag comes up. It'll be Maroons' possession.
Throw in
For
for the
out of
Maroons.
bounds, it will be a throw-in. Throw-in comes back, and Valley booted that one out of play one more time. So we'll keep this moving the Maroons' way as the sun has set. Temp's going to drop a little bit. The action on the pitch has been red hot. Plenty of pressure both ways. Sullivan plays it back. It's Ramirez playing it back to his keeper in Kuhn. Kuhn under duress. Has to let one fly. Dowling still with possession. Playing up over the top. Offsides flag is raised. And it will be a free kick once again for the Tigers. Thanks again for joining us here on CISN tonight. Plenty of great soccer action around the state on this Friday evening. I'd argue this is a massive one, though, as Kuhn is going to step off his line and haul that one in and then heave one deep. Valley recovers nicely, though, and they're going to go right back on the attack once again. Playing it inside, Corrado loses it, but he's supported nicely. Valley just all over that ball as it's sent out to the far side once again. Looking for a cross, having a go. Kuhn plays the short hop, big save. And the Tigers are threatening. Dowling's got to find a way to break through and create some more offensive opportunities. The punt, sent. Grammar's tough sometimes, folks. Ball drifts forward and it'll be settled the foot of Poyton. Tigers being patient. This one to the feet of Forger. Big battle for that ball as Ramadani was all over it. Dowling kept possession there, though. And they'll keep pressing, playing it to the middle. Nice step in. And moving forward here is Braxton Baker once again. Lovely step by Baker. Ball will hop, skip, and a jump out of bounds, and we remain scoreless 14 minutes in at Dowling Catholic Stadium.
Number 11, Yaquid Cardenas Fuentes. And number 19, Adam Bilal. Going in for the Maroons, number 14, Luca Anderson.
Couple of substitutions there for both teams as legs try and stay fresh early in the season. Always tough getting the conditioning to sit here early in the year. Ball will bounce back and forth a bit at midfield. Finally finds the feet of Dowling Catholic. And that will be whistled dead. Foul committed by Dennis Mahanovic.
Ready two. They set up the free kick. One if you want to lead this left.
And so it will be Landon Sullivan setting from the 30. That's on the football grid, mind you, so a little bit longer than that. He'll put this one towards that post. Nearly gets a runner on the header. Nathan Sullivan was there, just missed it.
Going in for the Maroons.
And nearly had our first goal of the night. Sullivan, great opportunity on the set piece, and just missed.
Aaron texted me saying that he was here, so
ball flicked ahead. Kuhn comes off his line. His clearance attempt is chopped down. Here come the Tigers once again. Lovely move by Emmett Morenzi. Morenzi in space, trying to find a little bit of room, but ball betrays him a bit. That turf a little faster. Of course, all these teams nowadays feels like they play on turf regularly. It's only when you get to those state championship games and those state semifinals that you're on the natural grass, and the game changes a bit when you get out there. I've always been partial to natural grass over the turf. I get sustainability-wise, budget-wise, you know, doesn't take a ton of care to keep updated. You do have to replace it every once in a while, but it's not like natural grass. You got to have someone dedicated to mowing it, taking care of the repairs. But grew up playing at County Soccer Complex, and when those fields are cut properly, it's among some of the best turf I've had the privilege of playing on. Dowling coming back the other way now. They've got some numbers ahead. They're looking for the through ball. Likely would have been an offsides anyway, but you can see the structure that Dowling Catholic wants to play with. They want to try and match the speed and the style that Valley has kind of predicated their game on. Try and get just a little bit of a lane to play a through ball and let your fastest player go chase it down and put one home. That's the goal. Neither team successful yet, as we're nearly halfway through half number one. Ramadani checks back in. He'll replace Johan Cho. Tigers with possession on the far side. Once again, white jerseys, black numbers for the Tigers. Maroons in there, maroon and white tonight. Working right to left on your screen. Lovely move back through. Here come the Maroons with numbers. They're going to whistle an offsides there, and that one was borderline. I thought it was a pretty clean play, but that's why I'm up here and not on the sidelines with the flag in my hand. That delivery was right on pace. So Tigers will take the possession back, start working to get something going offensively. Just about a yard offsides on the replay look we have up here in the booth. It's a good catch by our officials. Once again, reason I'm up here. Do have some impediments in my line of sight at times, but that's okay. We're obviously happy to be up here. Dowling Catholic Stadium. Between the Maroons and the Tigers once again. Here come the Maroons on the attack once more. Coming off his line strong is Poyton. And he'll clear that away. Threat averted.
2 is the effort.
Far side, Emmanuel Hernandez with the throw in. It's a little strong. Tigers come back down with it. But Maroons create the turnover. Ramadani, though, comes right back and gets it back to his feet. Now here come the Tigers again. Great defensive play on the far side. Wonderfully done by Cooper Chavanez. Ball cleared away, and just a great job defensively by this Dowling Catholic team. Sent into the box, headed, and that will gently find the mitts of Kuhn. Kuhn will roll it out. Wants his team to retain some possession here. Sullivan will play it back. Sent back to midfield, turned over. Tigers now. Their back line probing for a little bit of space to work with, and they find it. Played out to the far side. Again, Dowling's been all over defense here, and I'm going to call a foul on the Tigers once again. Nope, I'm sorry, an offsides on the Tigers. Apologies there. Chavanez set to sail it. He'll drive one instead. Not a lot of lift, didn't need it, but Maroons. Another turnover. And this one sent backwards to the near side corner, and it's going to be a Dowling Catholic throw in once again in a threatening position. Anthem will check back in.
Number 25, Alex Corrado. Going in for the Maroons, number 17.
Couple of substitutions. Once again, we're going to get a long throw in here on the near side. Matt McCoy, or I'm sorry, Luca Anderson lets it fly towards the frame. Does not get there. Tigers clear it once again. I'd imagine it's Anderson once again. Just a freshman. Again, Dowling looking for their first win of the season. That's a big throw. No one's there, though, and it's headed back and away from the box. Strong defensive play from both sides here. Turned over. And this one sent long. Kuhn's going to just go hunt that one down and pick it up and settle things back down. Ball has spent a lot of time on the Dowling defensive half. That was really first time in a hot second that the Maroons have had threatening opportunities. Granted, neither throw-in found the feet or even a body of a fellow Maroon player. Big hop and sent out of bounds. Good battle near side.
Throw-in for Dowling.
It'll be a Dowling throw-in once again. Sullivan with the throw, headed back out of bounds. Sullivan's looking to move quick, wanted to go up over the top. Again, lets it go. And once again, Dowling comes away with it and sends it back out of bounds again. It's Forgier. Battle for it, strong play. And they'll give that to the Tigers, as that was a battle for a loose ball. Isaac Fuentes came up on the winning end of it against Braxton Baker. So Baker draws the free kick. Otherwise, it was a grade A opportunity. Fuentes, the sophomore, was going to start making his way toward the 6-yard box. Said, here come the Tigers. Ramadani, beautiful crossover. shifty move, keeps it on his feet. Some body play in there, they'll say out of bounds on Dowling. Physicality staying very much in play between these two teams. Again, no surprise between either of them. It's the style of soccer that they've come to know when these two teams meet. Some fancy feet there at midfield. It's Morenzi. His little chip doesn't go anywhere. Instead, here's Anderson. Anderson ahead, chopped down. That pass does not find the feet of a teammate. Instead, it's Denis Mohanovic. This one's kind of just been a back and forth at midfield. Baker still doesn't have a lot of room to work here as Forgier has to fight through some contact. They'll call the penalty, or the foul on him. I'm sorry, not a penalty, just a foul. Got to get my mind into the soccer mode here in the early spring season, just a couple of games in. Obviously, had some fun with the basketball season on CISN. It's crazy how quickly this last year has gone in the activities calendar. Here's Nathan Sullivan once again, the sophomore. Sends it into the box, that'll be headed back. And Valley gonna just look for some transition soccer. Is that, again, big boot, Sales. Leighton Huckey. Let that one fly, and some more substitutions, and we will reset once again. 14 minutes to play in half number one, scoreless here between Dowling and Valley. The throw-in finds the chest of the Tigers, and the delivery for the through ball just a little too strong, as Kuhn will play it forward now for Sullivan. Sullivan plays it up ahead, handled nicely by Armando Meza. Another through ball looking for the feet of Meza. Meza's going to try and battle off a Valley defender, and instead it will be another free kick. Mujanovic. We'll play it short. Don't want to make too many moves there. Get yourself in trouble, so he'll play it back. Boyton plays it to the right, and now we're looking for another through ball, are the Tigers. Instead, chopped down once more. Ramirez, solid defensive play on the back line. Ramirez clearly knows he'll be tested early and often this evening, but this one coming back in. Huckey lets it go into the box. Cleared away by Dowling once again. It'll be a throw-in on the near side.
Throw-in for the Tigers.
Throw-in looking long for Huckey, wasn't there. Said Ramadani tried to settle it to his feet, turns it over, but then Valley comes right back and takes it off the foot themselves. Ramadani now with it. Plays it to the right. Huckey stripped of it. Nice move to kind of resettle things down by Ramirez, and then Dowling, though, just looking for a way to clear this up ahead. Tigers have been threatening much of this half. Neither's really been able to break through. Tigers have just one shot on frame. Meanwhile, Dowling has 3 shots. None have made it to the cage. As that pass ahead, again, just out of the reach, and Kuhn gonna quell any opportunities. Taking his time before sending the boot to midfield once again. Played back, through ball, up and through. Poitin comes off his line, scoops it up. He'll let his team reset too. Sends it out far side. Mujanovic What a crossover that was by Morenzi. Morenzi, fancy footwork leads to more possession time for the Tigers. Turned over though once again. This back four for the Maroons have been so stout. Trying to switch the field up and look for a sneaky little through ball there. It was Samyam Kadka. Turned over Ramdani. He's quick enough to get to that pass as that's headed away. Now Dowling with a good look here. Kadka plays a through ball, just a little too much pace on it. Boyton does a great job to step off his line and just clear the threat away once again. Dowling now with some momentum. Tigers trying to counter. Referee says stay on your feet. Now here come the Maroons. Cross in. Fired back out of bounds.
Going in for the Tigers, number 17, Johan Hughes. Number 3, Alexis Martinez. Going in for the Maroons, number 2, James Nabrugi.
Dowling trying to set for the throw in. Looking for a long one here is Luca Anderson, the freshman. Heaves it big. Gets to the box, but it's headed away once again. Tigers collapsing on defense, making sure nothing is going to find feet for the Maroons inside that 18-yard box. Quick touch by Morenzi, grabbed the attention of the fans here. Ball will be cleared out of play, and another throw in coming for Dowling. It'll be Anderson once again. Another big throw into the box. Doesn't find anybody's feet other than a Dowling defender. Clearance attempt knocked down. And again, it's kicked out of bounds. So now Dowling with a little bit of pressure in the offensive half. As we'll get another substitution, Nick Bravo, the senior, checking in.
Maroons, number 23, Nick Bravo.
That'll bring out Matt McCoy, the sophomore. So Dowling is now played 100, what is it? 190 minutes of scoreless soccer to start the season for the Maroons thus far. But it hasn't come from a lack of effort. Again, a trio of shots, a couple of good looks, just got knocked down, blocked shots. None made it to the goalkeeper. On the other side, Valley's had one good shot on cage. The other couple have sailed over the top. Neither side is really threatened outside of those individual opportunities. Throw down the line, finds the head of Sullivan. It's sent back to midfield. Ramadani plays it out far side. Nearly turned over into a tough situation, but Tigers will keep it at their feet. Having a run through midfield doesn't work out for Alexis Martinez. Instead, Dowling now just trying to keep some possession here in the final 6:40 of this game. Sullivan, shifty move. Turns it over though once again. Gets it right back and then cleared ahead. That will draw some ire from the student section. Armando Meza goes down. It will not be a flag or a penalty card by any means. But one more look at it as Meza with a nice little move cuts back across the grain and chopped down there quickly by Trey Newman, the sophomore. So another free kick here coming for Dowling. Sullivan delivers it into the box. Nearly catches the head. Instead, it's popped straight up. It's at some feet, but again, Dowling unable to get anything fired off. It'll be a throw in. Sullivan wants to move quickly. Instead, we will get substitutions once again.
Number 22, Henry Meyer. Going into the room, number 19, Isaac Fuentes.
So just a couple substitutions. And then we will get the throw in. This one off the hands of Hernandez. Another big throw there. But again, Dowling unable to settle it down as it's sent out of play. This time it's going to be Luca Anderson now. Sends it into the 18. Again headed away. Dowling has done a good job not to allow any opportunities off those throw-ins. This one's sent ahead, and Dowling will regroup at their back line. Played quickly ahead, though. Great slide tackle there. It's Gracias Sanga. Sorry, Armando Meza on that one. 4:20 to play, still scoreless here at Dowling Catholic Stadium between the Maroons and the Tigers on rivalry night in West Des Moines, right here on CISN. John Schaefer with you this evening. Ball headed up, that'll get out of play. It'll be a Tigers throw in here.
Going in for the Tigers, number 25, Alex Corrado.
Alex Corrado checks in. The throw-in is going to be from Braxton Baker. He's got a strong two-handed throw in there. Settles back at Baker's feet. Baker with some back pressure. Turned over. Now here come the Maroons once again. That touch just a little too strong. Played back for Poynton. The Tigers content with some possession time here late in the first half. Just north of 3 minutes to play.
Throw for the Tigers.
A bit of Tigers throw in here. Not a lot of action. Both teams just trying to kind of probe, feel each other out a bit. Been a physical one. Unable to keep it on his feet is Huckey. Instead, it's the Maroons back the other way. Anderson. Nice slide tackle on the far side. Turns over the Maroons. As Martinez on the tackle, and here come the Tigers. Trying to find a little bit of space to work. Solid defense there once again for Dowling Catholic. That's Nathan Sullivan. Tigers trying to play fast. Don't want the Maroons to get set back in their defense.
Throw in for the Tigers.
2:15 to play in the first half now. Throw in coming from Forger. That'll be a Valley corner.
Corner kick for the Tigers.
After that shot was deflected out of bounds. Minute 45, plenty of time to play. Ramadani gonna let it sail with the left from the near side corner. Delivered in, far post, pumped up by Kuhn. Will be another corner kick.
Another corner kick for the Tigers.
Kuhn with the big save there. Punches it away from harm. And now we'll see if Valley can capitalize on a second corner kick here. Trey Newman. Newman Sends in the right-footed swinging delivery, and that's headed backwards. Looked like a great opportunity for the Tigers. Instead, it'll be a quick throw in
for the Tigers.
They're going to look for a big throw in here, so they'll turn to the strong-armed Braxton Baker once again. He'll wind up from the track. Couple steps, big throw. And Dowling doing their best to clear it away with 30 seconds now to play. Tigers pressing just a little bit, trying to get something off before the final horn sounds of this first 40. Sue turns it over, ends up out of bounds. And the throw in. Late chance for the Tigers. They will get an opportunity as it bounds into the 18. That'll go just wide of the cage, and that will be the horn to sound the end of the first 40 minutes. Valley ends up with 4 shots. One of them on frame, 3 shots for the Maroons, none get through. And we'll take another look at the corner kick that nearly led to a scoring opportunity for the Tigers. Once again, great delivery by Trey Newman. Sends it in and somehow just does not get through. It looked like Huckey had his head on it. Instead, we stay scoreless. We'll have a 10-minute halftime. Be right back here on CISN between the Valley Tigers and the Dowling Catholic Maroons. 0-0 at a half.
Armin Ames, it's the Declaration of Deals sales event. Come see our great selection of Jeeps. Lease a new 2025 Wrangler for just $265 a month, or get up to $10,000 off a 2025 Grand Cherokee. D. Armin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ames.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
It's Truck Month at DeArmond Ford Indianola. Save $15,000 off a 2025 Ford F-150 or lease it for just $399 a month. Get $4,000 off a 2025 Maverick or $5,000 off a 2025 Ranger. DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Welcome back here to Dowling Catholic Stadium. 0-0 between these two rivals. Tigers looking to move to 3-0. Dowling Catholic looking for their first win of the season. Some quick stats from that first half of action. Valley 4 shots, 1 on frame, 3 shots for the Maroons. None made it to the frame. Corner kicks wise, Dowling Catholic had, I believe, 2 in there, if I recall correctly, and then Valley had a few as well. I think 3 corner kicks overall for the Tigers, 2 for the Maroons, and not a lot else going on. It was kind of a back and forth. This game lived much at midfield. A couple of early chances both ways, but not much more than that to speak of. And we got a dandy shaping up here in the final 40 on CISN. One more reminder, less than a week from tonight now, Lincoln at Roosevelt. That game at Mediacom Stadium in the Drake neighborhood. The girls-boys doubleheader starts at 6 p.m. right here on CISN. It'll be the girls starting us off and then the boys to follow up that action. Well, we're not too far away from the next 40 getting kicked off here. Still 0-0. Nothing's changed at half as we approach half number 2 in the final 40 in tonight's contest. We'll be right back once again on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
There's a lot going on at DeArmond Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Knoxville. It's the declaration of deals combined with Truck Month. Save big on new 2025 Ram 1500. $12,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. Step up to a 2025 Ram HD up to $13,000 off. And every Ram comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Lease a new 2025 Wrangler for $265 a month. Get up to $10,000 off on a 2025 Grand Cherokee. All happening now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
3, 2, action! Wilson Toyota in Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back here to Dowling Catholic Stadium. Half number 2 about to kick off between the Maroons and the Tigers. Tigers started with it in the first half, so it will be the Maroons starting with it. James Niebrugge will kick things off. Wait for that whistle to signal us a go, and we will get things rolling. Niebrugge. We'll put it back to Sullivan, and Maroons content with some possession time here. I'm sure both teams looking to get some offense going, creating some pressure, but right now it's the Maroons just trying to keep some possession time. Instead, they'll turn it over. The Tigers going to work. Morenzi was able to get through to it, and now Lagunas Trejo just hounding the Maroons. Turns it over once again. Here's Morenzi. Morenzi, fancy footwork. Great stab at it, though, by Hernandez. And then the push by Mujanovic will lead to the foul call. The referee gives a signal to continue on. Chavanis sends it in, but again, no feet. Not a ton of possession either way, really, in that first half. It was pretty dicey back and forth. Great slide tackle on the far side will drift that ball out of bounds. Matt McCoy, the sophomore, has been stout on defense as that ball's crossed towards the middle of the field, and that header is going to drift out of bounds once again. This is a tough throw-in spot, though. We'll probably get a long throw-in. It appears so. It's going to be Braxton Baker coming in once again for the throw. He's kind of the long throw specialist. When they get this ball down towards the 18 and 6 yard box, they want something that's going to get in there for them. And so we'll start right here. Baker sets, throws, big one into the box. That's booted well wide. Wouldn't even consider that really a scoring opportunity, as Huckey didn't get much more on it. He got a shin on it, but it didn't go anywhere other than just out of play. So it'll be a goal kick once again. Ryan Kuhn, the senior, called on a bit to just kind of calm the waters more than anything. Had one save in there that was critical, as Kuhn will step up and let it rip. Settles to the feet of Morenzi. Morenzi turns it over once again, but sticks with it. Comes out of the pile with it, and he's got some numbers on the attack. Morenzi. Another great slide tackle. Chavanis comes in, and then it'll hop, skip, and jump off Morenzi's toe. And we'll get another goal kick. One more look at it. Morenzi with a great run here, but Chavanis, just great step in on it, times it perfectly. No foul. Gets all ball. It's well played defensively. Morenzi again finds it at his feet. And again, that ball will hop out of bounds. Luca Anderson this time getting in the way of the Tigers' attack. Played to the feet. Corrado tries to get it closer to that 18. Almost gets a through ball from Newman. Instead, it's going to drift out of play one more time. Throw in for the Tigers. Laguna Trail. It's had a couple of these throw-ins here. A sidewinder to the feet of Huckey. Huckey strong on his feet. He's going to send across well far side. Ramadani can't do much with that, and it'll be another goal kick. It's going to be Kuhn, the senior, once again with the delivery. Going to try and deliver it to the feet of a couple of his teammates out there at midfield. Again, Valley collapsing towards the middle of the field and not giving him much room, but here comes Nibrugi. Nice job by Poyton to just send it away and avert any opportunities there from the Maroons, but Maroons trying to look for a little bit of an answer. That ball's going to roll up and well out of play there across the track. Ramadani showing his speed. Again, caught up with Aziz Safar. As we're going to get a substitution here. Aziz Safar telling me, I asked him who's the guy to look for right now, and well, he amongst many names mentioned Saidi Ramadani and the speed that young man brings. He tries to work out a little bit of a Charlie horse on his left thigh. You've seen some of that speed out there, and with this game on the artificial turf, the ball rolls out so much it allows this game to be played a lot more open and fast than natural grass often does, and so that speed is always something that Coach Hafar has tried to implement in his offensive schemes. So you're seeing some great ball skill over on the far side by Braxton Baker. This might be a top 5 play for you, Randy. Maybe worth a replay when we get a chance at it as we await the substitutions. Baker going to send it in once again. The long throw in gets into the box. Dowling doing everything they can to clear it away. There it is sent, but coming right back at it are the Tigers. Another great stab inside. Nick Bravo there. Possession stays with Newman. Newman will send it to the corner looking for Ramadani. Ramadani can't quite track it down though. And Kuhn will have to reset for the goal kick once again. Looking just for a short play. Again, possession's so key in this game right now. Nice play to the outside. Now looking down the line. Stepped into and sent back towards the 18. Here come the Tigers once again. Huckey fending off a defender, looking for a foul. Instead, that ball will find the parking lot on the other side of the corporate offices. I think that one took a big hop over the fence. Souvenir out there for anyone that wants to drift out to West Des Moines. Got a young man hopping the fence to go get it. That's dedication from the ball kids. That's a long drop from the top of that fence, too. I'm sure mom and dad will be thrilled to see that one. Or hear about it at the very least. As Kuhn will deliver the free kick once again. A clearance forward. Again, just kind of back and forth all night tonight. Neither team really creating much of an opportunity as Poyton will track it down and just kind of collect it. I'm sorry. Angel Ramirez now in at keeper. That ball over the top. Trying to hunt it down in the midfield. It's Corrado, but again, Dowling doing a good job just keeping the ball on their feet.
We got to find. Let's go, boys. Come on.
There you get some of that nap-like opportunity from the fans in the stands. A great crowd on hand as the temps have cooled off a bit outside of our press box. Again, not nearly as bad as some of the weather we saw last night across the metro, Tuesday night across the metro, last weekend across the metro. Spring in Iowa is always hit or miss. Just give it 5 minutes and the weather will change for you. I just don't see any snow in the forecast, thankfully. That's a plus in my book. Should be another rainy day tomorrow here in Des Moines. And Sunday, 70, windy, and sunny. So go figure. Just like I said, give it a day, and you'll get what you want out of it. Unless you're looking for that Christmas snowstorm, you can have that to yourself come December. Just trying to get this all collected here. It's going to be Baxter once again. Braxton Baker. Looking for a soccer ball, though. Aziz Zafar trying to track down a ball kiddo. There we go. Lets the offense get set. A lot of clock winding off as Baker's having to boot out some of the backpacks of his teammates there on the track because they're in his way. Nearly has a goal, but Kuhn with the save. I was blocked by the pillar next to me, but we may get one more look at it here momentarily. Kuhn with the save of the night thus far on the best scoring chance we've seen. The first real shot of the half was a threatening one, and Kuhn steps up when it matters most, does the senior, as we'll get one more look at it here. We'll give it one more second and get a moment of stoppage. We'll replay it, but right now Dowling trying to counter back, playing it to the near corner. That ball's going to be kept in beautifully. Nice little chop back, but turned over. Good defensive prowess there by Lagunas Trejo. As now we'll get one more look at this save by Kuhn. The long throw in, takes a couple of hops around and one touch and then a turn and a fire. Siu just let it go and nearly found twine. Instead, it stays scoreless. Was Ryan Kuhn, the hero in this one thus far. Great job by our crew to capture that one, as we'll get another throw in. Again, it's going to be Anderson. Throw-in. Anderson steps up. A little short hop there on Ramirez, but not a problem for the senior. Two senior keepers for the Tigers. What a problem to have for Aziz Hafar. Ball will bound out of bounds. Another Tigers throw-in, and now can definitely feel the momentum starting to swing a bit more as the pendulum tips back to the Tigers, and I think we're looking for another substitution. Nope, just waiting for the throw-in. Turned over. Anderson with it. Looking for an outlet, finds a release valve instead. Cleared away by Morenzi. Emmett Morenzi, the seniors, had a couple of dazzling moments, but hasn't been able to work his way into a threatening position inside that 18-yard box yet. Again, really only one shot in this first half. Here's Morenzi again, just trying to settle it. Instead, he'll flick it forward. And again, the header will
in for the Tigers.
Lead to a Tigers throw-in. Another header, a couple of headers in there. Morenzi going to try and track it down. Instead, I think he wants that to be a corner kick. Doesn't get it, as the ball had already gotten across that end line. So Kuhn will now reset. We're 13, just over 12 minutes in to half number 2. 52nd minute of soccer action. As Kuhn will stride through. Dowling trying to keep their structure here, and a quick ball to the corner. Again, another great defensive play by Laguna Estrella. Leads to another goal kick, this time off the foot of Ramirez. Neither team with a ton of urgency right now. Again, Valley's won both of their games this season so far. 2-0, 2-0. The Maroons lost 1-0 to Roosevelt in their first contest of the year back on March 31st. And lost 5-0 earlier this week to Urbandale. So looking for their first goal of the season still. As they've played 213 minutes without a goal so far this year. Sullivan, nice turn. Has some space, plays the line. Here comes some pressure from the Maroons and just booted into Never Neverland by Mijanovic. Might need to check the windshield, as my director Randy just mentioned. Usually you got to worry about baseballs and softballs, not soccer balls. No less. That's where we find ourselves. 0-0, 14 minutes now through half number 2. There's the throw in. Been a fun night thus far. Niebrugge hasn't had a ton of space to operate up front for the Maroons. He's their fastest attacker, and now here comes a counter. Tigers with some speed into the box, looking for a little space, trying to have a go at it. Wasiu, he had that great shot that was saved by Kuhn moments ago.
Going in for the Tigers.
And now we will get another corner kick for the Tigers. First one of this half for them. They had 3 back in half number 1. Stepping in is Trey Newman. Newman delivers with the right. Looking for a back post header. Instead, it's nicked out of play once again. It'll be another corner.
Another corner for the Tigers.
Tigers looking to find the back of the net here on these opportunities. This time it's Ramadani. The left foot swings in. He'll bound around the box and then clear out. Sullivan trying to bring it in for the Maroons. Sends it up and does keep it in play, as that's played right along that out of bounds. And we will get a throw in, as Niebrugge couldn't keep it in play. Not from a lack of effort, though. This game just humming right along here. As Baker with the big throw in. Was looking for Ramadani, couldn't find him, but again, a couple of bounces and then they're going to whistle him off sides. I didn't have a great look at where the back line was established there, but these officials and referees have been on top of their game tonight, so I'm not going to really question much after the replay we captured earlier. They've been sharp. I think it's been a well-called game, well-balanced, consistent. That's all you can ask for. It's consistency. Niebrugge putting the defensive back under some pressure there. And then that ball sailing up and into the parking lot. That clears 3 fences. And that ends up in the football. That ends up in the gym maybe back there, Randy. Look out. Might need to go shoot some hoops with it after that one. Caitlin Clark around, maybe she can drain a couple threes there. Looking to move quickly once again is Baker. Baker's had the big throw in all night, looking for that near post. Instead, it's booted
Corner kick for the
across
Tigers.
the end, and this will be the third corner kick of this half for the Tigers. And again, they've kind of hemmed Dowling in here. They just haven't given the Maroons opportunities to create fast breaks or those transition through balls that they want to take advantage of. There's the delivery, back post, chopped at. Opportunity for the Tigers, cleared away, but it's not done yet. A sliding opportunity, just couldn't quite get the footing under them, but Tigers aren't done here. Chopped away, nicely defended. Meza turned over once again. Ramadani plays it out to Huckey. Huckey trying to find a little bit of space or create it himself. Instead, well defended. Here comes Nathan Sullivan now. Sullivan, the through ball. Looking for Niebergi. Wasn't there. Instead, it'll draw a throw in. He's trying to move quickly with it. We're going to get substitutions.
Going in for the Maroons, number 20. Declan Paddock.
Declan Schladdick checks in. He'll sub in for Landon Umtham. Dowling now trying to find some offensive life. They've done a wonderful job in the defensive end of this field tonight to not let Valley create multiple chances. Now they just need to find some offensive footing. Instead, there's another turnover. Tigers turn right back over though. Great battle at midfield. Tigers play one through down the line, far side, out of the reach of Huckey. Played to Kuhn. Kuhn clears to the chest of Ramadani. Referee gets in the way and says advantage, my fault. We'll give that back to the Tigers, and that will allow a reset here. Tigers have possession. And it'll be a drop ball. And right back into it we go. It's a poor touch to the back line, and Kuhn's going to step in and snare it. Kuhn, the biggest save of the night thus far, has come on the only true shot of this second half. Dowling still looking for a shot. In half number two, they had three. Still looking for their first shot on frame, and this might be an opportunity for it. Far side of the field. Schladdick to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for an outlet once again. Releases. Ramirez plays it back for Sullivan. Sullivan under duress from Ramadani. They'll call the foul on Ramadani. Nathan Sullivan, no worse for the wear. Only 19 minutes left in tonight's contest. 0-0. Ball played up and through. Niebergi, the speedster. Little cut back, loses it. Cleared away by the Tigers, and that will be another throw-in. As it barely gets out of play. As Ramadani just received that one in an uncomfortable spot. Trying to get comfortable once again, and Dowling trying to press now. Trying to create with some number opportunities. It's Sullivan at the midfield. Plays it back. Now played ahead down the line. Headed away.
Gotta go forward. Let's go.
They're going to call quick foul there on SK.
Go White. Let's go Tigers.
Now you start hearing the antsiness. A little bit of the anticipation of both of these fan bases looking for some action. It's a high, hard delivery. Should get all the way to the 18. Nearly an opportunity for the Tigers. If Huckey gets a foot on it, he's flicking it over and having an opportunity to score.
Bring 2, take 2.
Instead, that ball is cleared away. It took a last touch off the Tigers. So we're going to get a switch out here on the throw-in. Sandy Ramirez. He'll throw it in, finds the chest of Meza.
Going in for the Tigers, number 11, Yakir Cardenas Fuentes, and number 19, Adam Bilal. Going in for Maroons, number 14, Luca Anderson.
Substitutions coming on in. A lot of time ticks off with some of these substitutions. Some of that's partially tactical. Tigers with a great look here. Had it at the top of the 18. Instead, well, guess what? Dowling steps in again. That back line has just been outstanding. I know I've said it a couple of times. They've been under some heavy pressure at times this evening, and Tigers just haven't been able to find a way to break through them. Dowling's just been stellar, not giving up much ground. Ball played to the near sideline. Turned over. Dowling trying to create strong play at midfield. Great battle for it, and Tigers come away with it. Newman turns around, fends off the ensuing player. Headed away once again. Not a lot of room to function across the middle of the field against this Maroons team. They bottled it up. Now it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Should mention soccer in full swing. If you're looking for soccer series or docu-series to catch, I certainly suggest the Welcome to Wrexham. I started in on that. I know we're a handful of seasons in already, but really cool to get the behind-the-scenes feel for how that club is played out under the ownership of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Been really fun to see and follow along, and now maybe find yourself a team in the UK to root on. No less, Tigers and Maroons rooting on their respectful clubs up here in the stands in a 0-0 game. Under 15 to play. One true scoring opportunity, only one shot really in this second half. 3 corner kicks for the Tigers. Dowling hasn't had much possession time down in their offensive half. The throw-in into a horde of Tigers there. Now here they come on the counter. Ramadani looking for some space, lines up his right, and said Huckey just takes a step in. That may not have been Huckey, sorry. That was just one of those first touches that was questionable and doesn't really do much. And even when you're a player, you know the second it leaves your foot, like wasted opportunity. No less. In a game that is scoreless, you're just trying to find something to break through. And one bounce can determine a game like this. That's why both these teams, you're starting to see a little bit more urgency. I think both understand the circumstances of this. The throw in right to the feet. And that's going to get out of bounds before that through ball can go anywhere. Looking for a big throw in on the far side. Couple hops around midfield. taken away by the Tigers. Here they come with another counter opportunity. Through ball is in, and a shot coming. Sails up under the crossbar, and it never crossed the goal line. It never crossed the goal line. That hit 3 posts before being cleared. The shot by Yahir Cardenas Fuentes. One more look at it. Hits it with the left, crossbar, side post, and out. What a clearance by Nathan Sullivan. It never went in. An unreal unfolding of events. It could easily be 1-0 right now, folks. Instead, Ryan Kuhn needs to go hug his crossbar and post because they just bailed him out. The Tigers buzzing. You won't find a better scoring opportunity than than Yahir Cardenas Fuentes, the senior just had. Hit 2 posts and did not cross the goal line. Wonderfully handled by the referee and the side judge. Now an opportunity for the Maroons. That ball had too much English on it as Chavanez was trying to track it down. Now here come the Tigers once again. Having to go with the left, just again, nowhere to go for Cardenas Fuentes. Tigers looking for some more space here. Nice job with the handles. But again, Dowling does a good job. They collapse, don't give Valley much more room to work, but Valley threatening here over the last handful of minutes. And again, still some disbelief as to how that ball did not go in the back of the net. I don't know if we have one more. Can we look at it one more time? We have the second. We'll take a peek. Let's do it one more time, and we'll try and slow this down for you briefly. I mean, we saw it clear as day. This shot hits the crossbar, goes side post, but it does not cross that goal line. Tigers wanted that to count. It does not. And now we're going to get a foul on Sullivan. Midfield. Going to lead to a free kick, and it'll be Landon Sullivan stepping in to take the kick. Sorry, it won't be Landon Sullivan. Walked up to the ball like he wanted it. Instead, it's going to be Braxton Baker. Baker with it. Just waiting for the set play. See if the Maroons try to run a little trap here. Baker delivers it. On sides, looking for a flick, cleared away. Instead, Ramadani going to have a go. Low, hard, does not get to the cage. Finds his feet again, quick flick over. He's taken down at the top of the 18, no foul. Instead, the clearance away. Through ball. We had a big collision at midfield, and they're going to get a pause here. Played the advantage. We're going to get a yellow card. See if we can get one more replay on this one, as this was a bad, heavy collision.
Going in front of the Maroons, number 5.
The yellow card does come out.
Sorry, for the Tigers.
After Gracias Sanga goes down on the play. One more look at this one. Heard a collective groan here inside the box as this one's played forward. Just a big collision. Dangerous play. That is going to be a card every time as the foot comes up and right into the midsection. So now it'll be Sullivan pulling it back and setting right where the official wants him. 9:08 to play after the clock stopped. Here comes the free kick. Well outside. Sent into the box, high, hard. Coming up is Ramirez. He gets a punch on it, but it doesn't go too far. Dowling's going to keep possession. That ball played up. Tigers can't corral.
Keep the ball.
Got some bleacher coaches.
The throw in down the line. Pushed out of bounds, and that will go Dowling Catholic's way once again. 8:20 to play in this game.
For the Maroons, number 23, Nick Bravo.
I'd say it's a vast improvement for this Maroons squad, coming off the 5-0 loss earlier this week once again. For the Tigers, maybe a little frustrating. They walked away from Ankeny with a 2-0 win. They've been on the road to start the year. Hosted Cedar Falls. We're supposed to play at Iowa City West, which would have given them a true measuring stick with where they sit in their class. And then, not to say Ankeny doesn't too, but a nice 2-0 win over Ankeny, a young team, as Aziz Hafard told me before the game. But again, Dowling a little bit young in there too. 7:30 to play. John Schaefer, CISN with you in this battle for West Des Moines bragging rights. Ball sails way up there. Tracked down and at the feet, then sent to the top of the 18. Does not find anyone in white, and Maroon's going to counter back the other way. They just haven't had the ability to really possess much. That through ball nearly led to a threat. Instead, it's hammered away. The back and forth battle will finish with Angel Ramirez settling it down and sending it away. Flicking it on, far corner. Under duress, and Morenzi was pressuring the D-man back there. So Santi Ramirez just says, let's live to fight another day, put it out of bounds, and move on. Clock continues to tick as this one wanes on. Ball into the box, looking for a strong finish, just couldn't get a good foot on it. Kuhn will corral. Shots 8-3 in this game. It's 4-3 or 4-0 in this half. Go back to the big save by Kuhn, as well as the one that rattled off the crossbar in the post. Ball played through, offsides. Iburgi was a stride behind the defensive line, and that is offsides. And that leads to another free kick here for the Valley Tigers. Big boot by Ramirez. Cleared away, but not far enough. Here come the Tigers. Ramadani loses it, but it will be another corner for the Tigers. This will be their fourth corner. They've had some threatening moments. None better than the one we saw off the foot of Johan Sio. So this time, it'll be Trey Newman, the sophomore, to send it into the box. Newman sends it in, header. Fires back at the corner, and any threat averted as that's booted well into the spring night. Ball sent back into the box. Kuhn's gonna play that off the hop. And again, nothing brewing for either of these teams. Under 5 minutes to play now. Expect to start seeing a little bit of pressing from both of these squads, trying to find the first goal of our night. That's a nasty tackle. leads to another free kick for Dowling. Ball played into the offensive half for Dowling. A little bit of space here to work with. Meza turns it over, now sent down the line, through ball, up ahead. Kuhn comes off his line. Bad first touch, slide through, another slide through, possession back to the Tigers. Great move, and then a late tackle from behind, and this one might draw a card as well. It does. It's a dangerous tackle from behind by Emmanuel Hernandez. One more look at it here. This ball just played forward. That one's all body, no ball. And now we're going to get a free kick from a yard outside the 18.
Going in for the Maroons, number 14.
Alrighty, maybe not quite a yard.
Luca Anderson.
Maybe about
Going in for
5
Valley,
yards
number
outside the
25.
18-yard box.
Alex Corrado.
And you see Aziz Safar there, or you did see Aziz Safar talking with Ramadani about how he wanted to handle this. So they'll set that ball. Three-man wall for the Maroons. Kuhn guiding his three-person wall. They'll mark off 10 yards. There is a gap near post if you want to try and sneak it over. And here comes the delivery, played out wide, doesn't really bend in, nowhere to go with it. And that ball will drift out of the 18 and then gets spiked out of play as well. Not much off of it. That was maybe the best opportunity for a set play.
Going in for the Maroons, number 9.
It's one of those where you almost want to see a curl into the frame, at least give yourself a chance to get something on net. Again, not a lot of shots to speak of for either side here in the second half. They battened down the hatches defensively. Plenty of corner kicks for the Tigers, at least. They had 4 in this half, none for Dowling Catholic. Ball really hasn't spent much time in the offensive half for the Maroons. Valley's possessed the ball, and I think if there's one positive to come out of the tie for Valley, it would be that they possessed this, they had opportunities. For Dowling Catholic, I think what you did is you bottled up a really offensive, fast-minded Valley team, and you were right there with them with 2 minutes to play. They've had opportunities to try and create. You just need a little bit more possession time as that ball's going to roll out of bounds again. 2 minutes to play here at Dowling Catholic Stadium. We're going to get a dangerous play there by Ramadani. Again, officiating's been consistent tonight. No qualms with how the game has been called.
Going in for the Maroons.
Minute 45 to play. Chance for Dowling now. Maybe make one final push to find the first of the night. 0-0. Again, my player of the game's got to be Ryan Kuhn with a supporting actor role of the crossbar and post. Ball spiked in. Again, handled with ease by Ramirez. Not really a shot there. He'll punt it away. He finds the foot of one of his teammates on the far side. Under 90 seconds to play. We're at 80. Dowling Catholic keeps possession, plays it to the far sideline. Looking for a bender into the box. There is the cross, cleared away. Another opportunity. Dowling now finding some pressure, finds some feet. Look for a quick through ball. Does not land, and dangerous tackle. There's nothing there. Is maybe not a dangerous tackle, just a acrobatic tackle at that. Ball will hop up, quick flick, and got some physicality going back and forth. That ball sent down the line. That's going to get out of play, and we will have a throw-in with 35 seconds. Quick throw-in. Still 0-0. Got to move quickly here with under 30 now. 25. Not a lot of urgency from anyone here. 20 seconds. Trying to get it moving. Ramirez going to deliver it with 15 seconds. High arching ball into the 18. One hit on. It's going to go out of bounds. One corner kick, 9-8-7. I don't think we're going to get it off because there's only 5 seconds. And that will be the ball game. Here is that finishes 0-0 between Dowling Catholic and the Valley Tigers.
0-0
in a great rivalry matchup. Ryan Kuhn, the hero of the night, 2 massive saves. But it was a fun one, no less. Dowling finishes with 8 shots, 3 of which were on frame. Dowling Catholic with just 3 shots total, none of them on frame tonight. Corner kicks 7-2, leading the Tigers' way. Again, no score tonight. Both these teams with a great effort. 0-0 final as we draw to a tie between the Maroons and the Tigers here at Dowling Catholic Stadium. That'll put a bow on it for our entire crew here. Wonderful job this evening. I'm John Schaefer. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll see you next Thursday from MediaCom Stadium.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your Y.